Hi everyone, Dr. Sylvestre here. I have such a cool case to share with you. This is a case that came to me from one of the local Humane Societies that I work with. They get so many weird and interesting cases, and I get to share them with you guys. This particular patient is a mature cat that presented to them with an obvious open pyometra. They performed a spay, and at the time of the spay, they found that she had some calcified bits in her omentum and mesentery. Not too sure what to do with them. They seemed to be pretty tranquil, so they left everything, got the uterus out, closed her up. 3 to 4 days after the surgery, the cat started to vomit. They took a radiograph and they found this. I like to think of it as an explosion of kittens. I mean, if I was an artist, that's what I would call this masterpiece. So this poor stray cat clearly had been gravid at one point, and her uterus must have ruptured, allowing the embryos to migrate into her abdomen. So interesting, but the question remained, given that the cat was vomiting, that they had seen this, should they go back in and try and remove as many of these pieces of calcification of kitten bones that were found within the omentum? Their concern being, and I appreciate this, maybe there was some right around the pancreas causing her some irritation. So my take on this was, and I get when you're there in the practice and you've just done a surgery and you see something different and all of a sudden the cat starts vomiting, you kind of panic and worry. And as a surgeon, I'm the same. What did I do that caused this? My thoughts were those kitten bones have been there for a while, and although we don't have much of a history on this cat, vomiting and distress and discomfort did not seem to be one of them. She did have an open pyo, but was otherwise quite stable. We concluded, or we decided, that perhaps the vomiting was just that, just some form of gastritis. She's had an anesthetic, she's had a surgery, she's in a kennel, all of these things that have never happened to her before. Maybe she was a little more stressed than necessary. How about we just treat the vomiting as an episode of gastritis and see how the cat does? My concern with them going back in to try and remove some of these pieces is, one, you'd never find them all. Two, if they are close to the pancreas, we're really just going to create more inflammation by going in there and trying to remove them. And that is going to be a difficult recovery because that's a lot of little pieces that somebody is going to go after. And remember, these little pieces of calcified bone, cartilage, everything that we're looking at have been there for a while and are really quite dormant. So can stay there for a long time, and the less we mess with them, the better off they're going to be. Finally, they treated the cat as a gastritis. She stopped vomiting. She was sent to a brand new home where she was loved and has been doing great ever since. Clearly, we don't have 10 years of follow-up. I don't think we actually need 10 years of follow-up. I think we know she's going to be just fine with this, unless she needs another surgery and somebody opens her up and goes, oh my God, what are all these things inside of her? I better go take them out. Hopefully they'll rethink twice. But remember, when something has been there for a while and it's quiescent, let it be. It's probably not causing the problem to begin with.
If you like this video, please hit the like button